Alright guys, welcome back to another one. We're going to shoot these Winchester deer season 12 gauge slugs today. I've been eyeballing these for about a year. I've seen other people get them in the Buck and Slug group on Facebook, so I finally decided to pick some up. I did a breakdown video on them. They're pretty interesting. The box says ounce and an eighth, but they're not ounce and an eighth. The slug only weighs 0.995 of an ounce, so you can call that an ounce if you want to. But even with that plastic tail wad, it's still not ounce and an eighth. It's 1.09, I think it was. 89, something like that. Either way, it's not a 1 and 1/8 ounce slug, but still, I think these are going to be fairly accurate. They are sort of similar to a Brenneke slug. That plastic tail wad is not attached to it, but I think it'll stay with the slug and flight. We have no way of testing that because we don't have a high-speed camera or nothing, but still, I got high hopes for these. What about you?
I think they'll do well.
So do I. But we're going to shoot these at 42 yards. We might take one or two, I don't know, at the plate at 100 yards out there. We have a big water jug for one of them. But we're going to start with the Ultra Slug H&R. It has a rifled barrel. And then we're going to use the Panzer here. It's got a smooth bore, see which one's better, all that good stuff. But let's get into it. Chronograph, again, 42 yards. There we go.
Alrighty, guys, flip this chronograph on here. Get ready to sit down here and take the shot. We're going to be shooting some ounce and an eighth, or so claimed ounce and an eighth Winchester deer seasons. We're at 42 yards. We're using the H&R Ultra Slug with this monstrosity of a scope. These are a Foster slug through a rifled barrel, but if you go back to our factory 1 ounce Foster slug comparison videos, at least with the Remingtons, it seemed like the rifling actually kind of helped. So once again, we're going to see what it does for these here. Slightly different style of slug, but I guess without further ado, let's do. Oop, I gotta drop out of fuzz.
These are sort of a hybrid between a regular Foster slug and a Brenneke.
Yep. Alrighty, sir. Are you ready?
Yep. Error 2.
That went about 4 inches left and about an inch high, maybe. That could totally just be the way the gun sighted. We'll know here in a second if these consistently go there.
Yep, I swear that chrono flashed 1092 for a second, and then it said error 2. I don't know. We've been having problems all day with the chrono.
Seems like if it's too sunny, it don't work. If it's too shady, it don't work. If you don't hold your tongue to the right side of your mouth on your left cheek, it don't work.
Yeah.
The wind blows in the north-southward direction with a east twist. It don't work. But when it does work, it's okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Excuse the rambling, guys. That one went about 2 inches right and an inch high. Point at aim. Get that piece of grass off her.
Obviously, the speed's not right, guys. It's just not going to read them today.
We didn't like the 28 gauge neither. They kept saying they's in the 100 feet per second range. And if they were, that's the fastest 100 feet a second I've ever seen. All in all, not horrible, I don't suppose, but not as good as I'd like it to be.
That one says 1098. These are definitely not running that slow, I can tell you that.
There it is.
Recoil, how was it on there?
Couldn't even feel it pushing in the sled, so if there is a little bit, it's like a target load.
Okay.
I guess I should look at them first before I say they look good. That one there is starting to creep into. It's got a slight ridge around the outside of the primer on it.
Okay.
Like just ever so slight. It's starting to creep into pressure.
Sometimes it's fun looking at factory shells, guys.
We make it a habit to not lie.
Yeah.
Well, alrighty, guys, this one here blew off, but there was another blue bar that went down right here, and it had this to center. It was like an 8 inch by 8 inch square, which is about the size of roughly vitals on a whitetail deer. That was from a previous video, but we left it anyways, so just explaining what that nonsense was. All in all, they done about as well as the regular 1 ounce Winchester Foster slugs we done back a week or two ago. Not horrible. Between them, we've got, from that one there, it's 1, 2, 3 inch. It's roughly 2 inch by 3 inch group there. If I'd have put that one up there, it'd have been an inch by 3. But all in all, for a scope that wasn't sighted in for that load, I mean, I feel like it done fairly well.
It did.
That was my first shot, second and third. That first shot, that very well could have just been me. It's my first time shooting ultra slug today. But all in all, I mean, I feel like that is still, at 42 yards, that would get the job done on anything you're slinging it at.
100%. Let's see if I can get a better group with the smoothbore. I will have to put a bigger point of aim up, though. It just has a red dot on it, not magnified. All right, guys, we're up with the Panzer now. I have the improved cylinder choke in it, and I can actually see point of aim through this red dot, like, perfect.
No excuses then.
No excuses. You ready, Josh?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Shot number 1.
High.
82. The chrono's not going to read it. And that went, I don't know, 6 inches high, but windage looks about right. It's a little bit left. It cycled it. Let's take the second shot.
Looks like
963.
same hole.
Huh?
Looks like you hit the same hole.
I think I did. Yeah, it's just not going to read them. Sorry, guys. No chrono readings today. Well, no good ones. All right, here we go.
There's no way you put all 3 of them in the same hole.
987, I think I did.
But I don't see no other holes in that paper.
I think the hole got bigger every single time. I'm pretty sure those went about through the same hole.
There you go. Rifling hurt.
I think the rifling did hurt it. And those had deep rifling, like a lot more than a regular Foster slug. So, pretty good chance of the rifling actually hurting those. But let's see how they did.
You're good.
Okay, guys. We did not have them all in the same hole. We just couldn't see these two because they were in the blue from back there. We just couldn't see them. But this is a triangular form, just like the regular Foster slugs we were shooting in the previous video. Yeah, not the greatest, but also far from the worst. These are totally viable. 3 inches by 2.
The same as the rifling.
Yep, the rifling didn't help, didn't hurt it. I don't know, guys.
So if all you have is an ultra slug, it'll totally work.
I'm sure these are actually running as fast as they say they are. It's probably the same powder charge they use for the regular Foster slug, but just a different, it's a different slug. I'm sure it's running the same speed.
It's a different way to market a 1 ounce payload.
Yeah, it's not an ounce and an eighth. It's just a 1 ounce slug, too. Actually, I think both the regular Winchester Foster slug and the deer season slug weighed 995.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they both did. Rifling's a little bit deeper, too, on it, but other than that, they're pretty dang similar. You think you hit the plate?
I don't know. I hear the mysterious man coming down, the anonymous man.
Yep. Hopefully he brought the Barrett with him.
Oh, God.
So, we forgot to turn our mics back on for this clip right here, but right there was Josh's first shot. He did miss, so he adjusted his point of aim, and right here he hits it with his second shot. No problem. And here's mine. Obviously, I'm going to miss it right there. Missed it to the right. I didn't rightly know where to aim. Oh well. This next clip is just camera audio, so unfortunately it is pretty quiet. Alright guys, we're going to shoot this gallon of water here. I could not find this last slug anywhere. It's the one I broke down. It's in a Fiocchi hull now, but it's still the Winchester everything. It was in the box. It's the last place we would have looked for it. But let's see what this does. You guys ready?
Yep.
I blew the crap out of it. Well, guys, we just realized that our mics weren't even on. I didn't even have mine on me. So, voiceover time it is. But look what it did to the jug. Absolute decimation. It peeled it wide open like a banana.
I feel like water's allergic to lead. Maybe lead's allergic to water.
Something like that.
Either way, it's very volatile anytime they meet, it seems like.
Sorry about the mic situation, guys. But clearly effective on water jugs.
Alrighty, guys, final thoughts. Water jugs beware. If you break in my house, I'll blow you back out the same door you come in.
Exactly. All in all, guys, this is not a bad slug at all. It's pretty much identical, at least from our findings, to the regular Foster slug, but still, it's certainly effective. I do like it. Do you like it?
I like it. Hey, look, it's getting away.
It is getting away. It's still alive. How? How are you still alive?
It morphed to an octopus.
Octopus.
Octopi.
Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Fun video.